fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hey guys, my name's Just Gaming and today I'm back with another video, and today I'm back with part 20 of my F1 2018 career mode. It is the turn of the Brazilian Grand Prix at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. I don't know if I butchered that. I probably butchered that a lot. I butchered that a lot, I think. But as you can see there, we're pretty much guaranteed 6th place at least. Kimi Räikkönen is not catching us unless we have 2 DNFs in his next 2 Grand Prix. I don't see that's happening, but there you go. That is how our season has gone. Had a very iffy start, first half. We had a very good start to the season, the first 2 races, and then it slowly went downhill. But now, since Austria, it's just rising. But let's go into practice for the Brazilian Grand Prix, where we hopefully can get as many resource points as possible.
It's free practice time here in Brazil, so a warm welcome to all of you who join us this weekend for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Turns 1, 2 and 3 that form the Senna S are a series of tight left, right, left turns that really are an extremely difficult sequence of corners to master. The first turn runs downhill left-handed and provides massive understeer. It's then followed by a fast right-left combination through the Curva do Sol and onto the Reta Aposta straight.
Added in 1990 when F1 racing returned to Interlagos, it is fitting that one of the best corners on the F1 calendar takes its name from one of the sport's greatest drivers, Ayrton Senna. Get this section wrong and you'll leave yourself open for the overtake on the approach to turn 4.
Here we are, getting as many resource points as possible. I was clearly happy with that because I'm just skidding along the track. But yeah, it is 2 races left. Hopefully we can get as many resource points as possible. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. We did get a couple of, one upgrade onto the car for this session. Unfortunately, one did fail, so that's going to go onto the car for Abu Dhabi. But practice is done. Let's go speak to Claire for one of the last times this season. I mean, we're going to have to probably speak to her after the race, because that's how F1 games really work. Bloody Claire, piss off, mate. I want to interview David Croft like I used to after, I think it was David Croft on, F1 2010. Can't remember, but I don't know. Do you want anyone want to donate me a laptop? Not a laptop, Elgato. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Just so I can do series on the old games. The best one, 2010 was my it's a classic. But auto spin curbs, they just want to die. But we now got 1.3 thousand resource points, so hopefully we still have that discount on the chassis development, which could mean us purchasing an ultimate upgrade for the chassis. But it looks like it's going to be pouring it down for the race, which is not good. But let's go into qualifying for the Brazilian Grand Prix, where it's going to be raining right at the end.
Welcome to qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
So here we are, end of Q1. We've got Brendan Hartley in some slipstream, which is very good. Thank you, the Kiwi. We're going to go up to the line. We go fastest with a 1.8.1, I'm pretty sure it says. So, yeah, I mean, 1.9.1, I can't even read it. That's how bad this quality is. We'll come fourth. In Q2, though, we're going to go onto our flying lap. We're going to go starting on the super soft tyres. It's not the hardest. It's not the softest tyres, I mean. But that's what you do. But Sergio Perez has actually gone purple as we're coming to the end of the first sector of our flying lap. So that's pretty good for the Force India. That's pretty good hope. We are actually going faster than him in the middle sector. We're going purple. But now up to the line. Round this last corner. Shortest line. And we go fastest. And I've also just span out. And that's going to put massive tyre wear on our car tyres. So what am I doing that for? I don't know. But we say 108.6 as the rain does start to pour at the end of the session. So maybe some people got caught out with that. Kimi Räikkönen has come 10th. He definitely got caught out with that. But here we are. End of, start of Q1. we're going to set a 1718.2 as it is raining, but that is a god awful lap time in my opinion. But we're going to go on to a new flying lap on the softs, super soft tyres actually. So maybe it was super soft tyres are the softest tyres around this Grand Prix. I thought the ultra softs was, but no. But yeah, hopefully we can get a good lap time. It is starting to dry up. It is in the really end of the session. There's 1 minute left. So we could have gone later, but no point risking it. We're now purple in the middle, the first sector at least. But these are all lap times that have been. We're going to be the first one to set a lap time, I'm pretty sure, on the soft tyres, unless it's the Renault you see on the minimap coming around the last couple of corners. But we'll have to find out in about 2 seconds' time as he's coming up to the line. But we are a couple of seconds faster. But Brazil is not my favourite track. It's a good track, don't get me wrong, but I'm awful around it. Yeah, that Renault was actually going on his flying lap. So we're going to be the first ones to set a flying lap time on the softs, super soft tyres in the dry for Q3. But out to the line, we are on purple by 2.2 seconds. This is not a good lap time. This is an awful lap time. It's going to be like a 1:15. We want to be setting like 1:08. So I don't know what's wrong with the game, because I know I could do it faster because I set a 1:08.9 in Q2. So that's a bit stupid. We go purple to start off with. But as everyone sets their lap time, we're going to be starting 10th. Probably the worst place to start, in my opinion. I mean, last is probably the worst, like it's worse, but I don't know. So look, they're still setting 1:08s and stuff, but I set a 1:15. Perez is actually starting third, so congratulations to him. Hopefully the two Mercedes can get some penalties and boost them up the grid. That would be nice, but we won't know until the grid. So yeah, two Renaults are also 8th and 9th. The Renaults aren't actually doing that well. Like they're doing better than Haas, because it seems to be like Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Force India, Renault, Haas. I don't know the rest, because Haas just seems to be like just outside the top 10. If you get what I mean. And Renault just seem to be like the ones backing up the grid. Well, they're backing up the top 10 at least. So yeah. But now we got to speak to Claire, and she's saying the weather is not ideal. But at this level, you just have to perform. So she was happy with that. I didn't know what the first question was. I was too busy yabbering on about Haas. But now we've got a new rivalry with Perez, and we're actually beating him somehow. I'm not sure how, but we are. So that's a bit confusing. We're now beating Fernando Alonso by 9 points, so he might as well just give up now. But then again, at the start of the season, when we come to like Spain and Monaco, I was leading Perez by like a couple of points, and I bloody messed it up. But there's also Season 2, that can always change. The car's going to be more upgraded, so anything can happen. Tune in for Season 2. God knows when that'll be up, because I haven't even recorded any of it. But I think it'll be like nearly Christmas time by the time this video's up. Or at least early December, which is not good, but it's not bad either. So anything can happen. But we've got more, we're nearly a veteran as well. And we're more towards the sportsmanship. We're not fully sportsmanship, so we might still get offers from like Red Bull and stuff who want showmanship. But I'm trying to get for Season 3. I might try and get a Mercedes seat, because I think that'd be pretty good for the car. It's also a nice looking car. But there you go. The race is going to be it's going to start off really cloudy, and then it's just going to go to intermediate. So hopefully we can play that into our strategy, and hopefully we can take these super softs a bit longer. That'd be nice. But yeah, here we are. I think we're not going to be able to resource. I was just about to say we think we're going to buy the ultimate upgrades, but we haven't got enough resource points just yet. I think it's like 1.5 thousand we need. But yeah, we still got hardly any upgrades to go onto the power unit. And also, we are slacking on the aerodynamics. We've like dropped down. We was like I think it was like the 5th best team at one point. I don't know, but we're slacking down. But anyway, let's go into the race for the Brazilian Grand Prix, where there should be rain.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Joker, Raikkonen. They've taken a grid penalty. Grosjean, Bottas and Marcus Ericsson. Leclerc, Alonso, Brendan Hartley and Stroll, Hülkenberg, Van Dorn, Pierre Gasly and Kevin Magnussen. Sirotkin and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So there we are, one of the main drivers for the Drivers' Championship. Starting from the back of the grid, Lewis bloody Hamilton, starting 20th position, just behind Sergei Sirotkin, due to penalties. But we're going to go, apparently it's going to be a super soft stint. That's not going to happen because there's going to be rain, so hopefully we can take these soft tyres quite well until the rain hits. But I think the rain's going to hit about lap 10, 12, between lap 10 and 15 at least. So hopefully we can take them that far. Let's go away for the formation lap where Perez is going to be starting from pole position alongside with the Red Bull behind us, alongside Sebastian Vettel as well. But I don't know, where's Bottas? Because this is going to be very interesting for the Drivers' Championship. It's going to definitely go to the finale, unless Bottas, if Hamilton wins or Bottas wins. No, if Hamilton wins this race and Bottas is not in the points, Hamilton will win the Drivers' Championship. Mercedes is pretty much guaranteed because they're like 100 and something points ahead, and it's pretty much impossible unless Ferrari get a 1-2 in both of these Grand Prix, which I don't see happening. But anything can happen in F1. Anything can happen. But yeah, I still don't know where Bottas is. I'm pretty sure Bottas is like quite far down the grid as well. But there's Hamilton in the background, lining up. But we have 3, 4, 5 lights. Lights out, and away we go for the penultimate Grand Prix, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Anything can happen, and anything might happen into turn 1. We're already alongside Sebastian Vettel as well as Max Verstappen as well as Carlos Sainz, believe room. We're going to go very deep into turn 3, but we're up into P4. We've got Sebastian Vettel ahead of us, Daniel Ricciardo in second, and Perez is still leading the way in first. So we managed to get through turn 1 pretty cleanly. I don't think there's much contact between us, but now into turn 4, we just lunged it up the inside Perez in lap 2. So we're now into the podium positions into P3. We've got Daniel Ricciardo just in front of us, but it's taking us 2 more laps to get ahead, to catch up to Daniel Ricciardo and even try a move. And we're going to go up the inside into turn 1, and we've just forced our way through, which is, I don't know, it's not the cleanest way, but anything's better than nothing, I guess. I don't really know. At lap 5, there's now a yellow flag, as I think there's going to be a retiree. I'm not sure what's happening behind us, but something happened, and this is what happened. This is on board Max Verstappen, and into turn 1, he's just going to lock up. He's just going to lock up and park off the side of the road. So, but yeah, lap 7 now. As you might be able to see, a couple of spots of rain, and now rain is now dropping. And lap 7, we're now coming up to the pit lane, and guess who comes into the pits? Sergio bloody Perez, who leads the Grand Prix. A couple of laps away from the rain. Well, it's already coming, but a couple of laps away from Inters, he goes, oh yeah, let's go into the drive. Yeah. Idiot. So he's now going to throw away a 1-2 for Force India. But lap 10, in we come for our intermediates. We're going to go into the intermediates instead of the dry tyres. Kimi Raikkonen does stay out. Sebastian Vettel's also in. I'm not sure what tyres Sebastian Vettel's going to go in, but I would go on intermediates, even though it's kind of dry as it is. But Daniel Ricciardo's also gone in intermediates, as well as Sebastian Vettel. So everyone's gone on to the intermediates now. Tier 8 is into the pits. You retard. It's like, you could have waited 4 more laps. I know I don't know your tyre wear, but 4 more laps, and you could have waited, and you could have got a 1-2 for play Force India. I know I probably would have had to overtake you, otherwise I would have got pretty double stats and lost quite a lot of positions. But there's guaranteed that it is now time for Inters. Marcus Ericsson once again is in P2, but he's stayed out an extra lap for his intermediates coming. But now he's going to come into lap 11, as we was catching him at a massive rate. Kimi Räikkönen's unfortunately been caught out by the rain, so we're not going to be able to see the Finn in first place this Grand Prix. But however, we are now in first place and we're lap 14. But these don't trust the curbs around Brazil in the wet. It's dangerous times, as you just saw from myself, and I can already feel this is going to continue to happen. Going around the final corner, I wouldn't class it as a final corner to be honest with you, but most people do class it as a final corner. And this corner is causing us a lot of troubles. Look at this, 2 laps in a row, losing the back end. A different corner, lap 16 though, this is a hat-trick for laps. 3 laps in a row, 3 mistakes caused by this rain. My heavy right foot. And again, we've just got 2 mistakes in 2 corners, which is very impressive, I guess. Lap 17 though, another mistake, same corner. I'm just not learning, am I? But lap 20, we've just outbroke ourselves, and we've gone quite wide, and this is actually helping Sebastian Vettel catch us up. But 4 laps later, it is time for another set of intermediates. My intermediates are dead. Sebastian Vettel's, Kimi Räikkönen has actually followed me through. Sebastian's already pitted, I think, on lap 23, so he's got the undercut, and hopefully we can get in front of him. He's actually coming around. He's actually in the Mercedes sandwich, so that's actually kind of good for the championship. But he's coming out. He's already gone on to lap 25. We're coming out the pits though. Where's he going to be? He's going out on lap 2, turn 2. We've just managed to jump him. We've actually gained quite a lot of positions on him, to be honest. But Bottas is into P3 as we lose the back end on lap 35. But Bottas is into P3, so this is going to help the championship go to Abu Dhabi. But up to the line, we're going to win the soaked Brazilian Grand Prix. The 2nd win in a row. Our 4th win of the World F1 2018 career mode. Season 1. That is our 4th win in the bloody Force India. And VJ is very happy with that. I would be as well. Force India having 5 wins this season. Perez 1, myself 4. This is greatness for season 3. Season 2, I mean. Why is there Monaco on that grid as well? That's a bit weird. We're in Brazil, mate. You're like in a different continent, but anyway, Carlos Sainz come 10th, as you can just see there. But where did Hamilton come? I know it doesn't really matter because this Drivers' Championship is going to go down to the grand finale in Abu Dhabi, which I always love because I like stuff like this, like close races, close championship and stuff. It's always what you want. But Sebastian Vettel comes 2nd, Valtteri Bottas is 3rd. I'm not sure who comes 4th. I want to know where Perez finished because he's really thrown out. He's thrown the 1-2. He comes 9th. That is disappointing. Perez comes 7th. Charles Leclerc comes 8th. Daniel Ricciardo comes 5th. Kimi Räikkönen 4th. But yeah, look at that, 7 points as Valtteri Bottas now takes the lead of the World Drivers' Championship. There's no chance for Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, or any of Max Verstappen. We could actually jump Max Verstappen, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure how many points he's on. He's on 198.7. I'm on 188. So if Max Verstappen, we could actually get 5th in the World Drivers' Championship in Abu Dhabi as long as we get like 9 more points than him. We have to get 10 points more than Max Verstappen, and we win the Drivers' we get 5th in the championship. But it's it's guaranteed now that Mercedes will win the Drivers' Constructors' Championship. Force India's pretty much guaranteed 4th as well. But yeah, Perez, he's on 81 points, so he's actually quite far behind the top 7, which is unfortunate. Lance Stroll, Sergei Sorokin, as well as Marcus Ericsson are the only people not to get any points in this season. I mean, in real life, everyone has a bloody point now, but I suppose they're not in the bestest cars, which is unfortunate. I was actually going to go with Sauber, then Tim Marduk went it, and then I was going to go with Toro Rosso, but then Tom 97 HD. I didn't actually watch him, but he took Toro Rosso. So yeah, Force India was also a choice that I was going to pick. I was going to pick Renault to start off with, but then Nick AR12 took them, and then he didn't even finish the season. So I could have gone Renault, but I chose Force India, and I'm pretty happy with that because we're getting bare points, fam. and I turned roadman. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, Claire's pretty much grilling us about that. That's always what happens when we get a win, I suppose. But that is our second win. I can't believe I'm saying that in the first season of Force India as well. Second win of in a row. I mean, Italy, I was pretty shocked as well to get pole, as well as the win. That was, I mean, in my opinion, I deserve it. All the wins I've had, I deserve. But they're all just, I was, when I first started the season, I thought I'd be like in season 2 before the time I first got a win. I knew podiums would be a one-off thing, I thought. But obviously not. We've had like a couple of I don't even know how many I think we've had 3 third places, 1 second place, and 4 wins. We've had more wins than we have any other position, on a podium at least. But now we've finally got enough resource points to purchase the upgrade for the ultimate upgrade for chassis. So that's fantastic. But we are actually going to go into the next weekend, Abu Dhabi, to see if that minor upgrade has gone onto a car. And it has, well, it was pretty much guaranteed anyway. But it is going to be a fully dry race as we are in the desert. But that upgrade actually puts us level with the Ferrari. So we're actually third best car to drive on the paper, at least. But also fuel management and all that stuff, like fuel upgrades and stuff, actually goes towards this. So it's not always like the realistic thing. You can't always believe it, but our car is fully upgraded, and that's actually the full chassis tree for our car. We might actually, for season 2, go towards the brakes, because that means we can brake later, a little bit more later. And there's no point in having a fast car if you can't brake, because that's where you gain most of your time. So yeah, but that's how the season's going. 4 podiums in a row. And I'm going to leave it here. I've been CDH Gaming, and I'll see you in Abu Dhabi for the finale of Season 1 of my F1 2018 career mode. Bye.